Hey friends, so I am at the Turquoise Bay. I keep wanting to call it Turtle, but it's the Turquoise Bay Resort here in Roatan, Honduras. I am spending the full week on a dive trip with Off the Wall Adventures. I am so excited to be here. It's a little late. I think local time at 6 o'clock. We've had some rain today, but that's not gonna slow us down. We've got a full week of diving adventures. This place you can also visit on a shore excursion if you are in port on a port day on a cruise ship. So I'm going to give you all the details, all the great food, all the drinks, everything you need to know. So stay tuned and let's enjoy a fabulous week here in Roatan, Honduras. Definitely check the board every day for the drink of the day and if there's any entertainment for the night. All right, so here is a snapshot of what the food area looks like. It is set up the exact same way every single day. You have a cold side, a hot side, and then a made-to-order side. From my experience throughout the week, and a dessert section. The made-to-order side is the best. Here are some pictures of the bar and some of the beers they offer. They do have a pool table, a giant Jenga set, so you can have that to play if you so desire. And the air conditioner in here is excellent. Here is the bar menu for your cocktail needs. Here's a quick peek at one of the breakfasts that we had available to us. A little charcuterie there. And the fresh to order egg station, which I do highly recommend. Some of the other fresh to order stations are outside the bar door. Today they had a waffle station set up. Sometimes it's pancakes. Here is the dive shop. Here are the dive boats. We were on Luca, which was fun. Hey guys, so let me give you a quick tour of the room. So we are on the second floor. We are in the unit that is closest to the dive shop, which makes it super convenient for me and my roomie because we're diving this week. There are no elevators. You have to take the stairs if you are on the second floor. So if that's an issue, make sure you think about that when booking your room. But let's get in here and show you the room. Fair warning, we've been in it for a couple of days, so don't mind our stuff. All right, so we are in room 26. So this is a double room. So me and roomie are sharing. There's a nice table area over here, a nightstand, and it does have a plug-in here on the nightstand, and another table here. The curtains are kind of sheer, so you get light all day. There is the dive boats. We love the artwork in here, super nice. We have a full-length mirror, hi. And we have the bathroom area, very spacious. Water works good. Do note that here in Honduras, we do not flush anything down the toilet except human waste. So these two sets here are actual drawers. This is just a cabinet that opens. They do provide a coffee pot, coffee, and some sugar. Note, this little cup here, I had to take, borrow, I don't know, pick a word, from the downstairs area to have a little bit of powdered creamer. They offer no creamer in the rooms whatsoever, and there is no creamer down in the eating area, just the powdered cream. So if you need liquid cream, keep that in mind. They do have a nice spacious closet and a safe. And then they also have extra pillows, and then right here was the blankets for the bed. So this is the room. It's been very cozy. That AC unit, super cold. Oh my goodness, it will freeze you out of here. So don't worry about being hot while you sleep. Okay, so back outside. there is the dive center, and their newly refurbished deck is over here. And then just down here is again the dive boats and the locker system. Their locker system is very nice. Outside of all the rooms on each floor, they have this unit here. It is for your fresh water, and they offer hot water as well. So that's very nice. And then here, I'll show you the kind of hall area. So you can see here they have these rails. They're for drying your clothes or your gear, depending upon how you're staying while you're staying here. We've got some swimsuits and stuff out here that we were using and drying out, so that's super nice. And they also have these nice heavy duty dive hangers as well. So very, very nice. And then this is our view here from the top. You can kind of see the ocean over there. Okay, so let's take a walk around the resort, and while we do that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the experience has been so far. So if you have 2 people in a room, you get 2 room keys with your number on it. You get 2 little passes for your pool towel / dive towel. You only get 1 during your stay. You are welcome to change it out as often as you like. So you can always get a fresh one every day, multiple times a day, whatever you like, but you only get 1, and you are responsible to kind of keep track of that. The Wi-Fi. Oh boy, guys, if you need Wi-Fi, be ready for an adventure. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, Wi-Fi spots that you have to connect to. All of the passwords are different. All of the names of the Wi-Fi are different. It's a whole thing. So yeah. And some of the Wi-Fi zones are better than others. Yay for that. So that took us a minute to kind of get used to, kind of figure out. It's a little better now, but it's still, it is not the greatest thing ever. There is lots of foliage, lots of butterflies. Oh God, the butterflies. They also have a neighboring farm, and from the farm, because there's no fences, comes over the donkey Molly. There's a white horse named Alex, and a brownish caramel color horse named Ginger. They're all very friendly, and they can be petted, and I just love them. They're my new favorite friends. Now let me give you a tour of Okay, so in that little time that I was walking from my room talking to you, I got over here to the pool deck. All right, so we have these nice cabanas that are free or included to use. They're very comfortable, and they wash these blue mats every night. I've seen them do it, so that's very, very nice. Here is the pool. It is 8 feet deep, and I believe it is a saltwater pool. I never have smelled chlorine while I was here, but I have not actually asked. And then here we have, this is the bar. This is an outdoor eating area, another outdoor eating area. It's all very nice. And so flies can be a little bit of a pest and nuisance while you're outside. If you are eating outside, just ask one of the attendants, and they can bring like a little fan that swirls to keep the flies off of your food. During a couple of times a day, they have snacks up here sometimes. And then if we follow this lovely staircase down, we can go to the beach. And here at the first landing, we have our shower area here. So the showers. And we got down the stairs here. Okay, so down here on the beach, they do have a kids area with a sandbox. Ha ha ha. They also have this cute little play area for the kids when they come. And as you are going to notice, there's nobody here. So the resort is very quiet during most days. There are 3 days a week as of right now that they do host cruise ships. And for a fee, those cruise ships are allowed to bring in guests for a excursion day. And then they get to come out and use the property. It's roughly from 7:30 until roughly 4:30, and then they all must go back to the ship. So during those times, you cannot use the overwater cabanas. Those are only for the ship's guests. But when the ship's guests are here, we can use them. The only downside to that is that the bar is not open until 4. So you kind of have to get your own drinks or find somebody that is willing to fetch drinks for you. They have a couple of these little areas here where you can swing over the water, which is kind of cool. And then they have several of the little swim up stands here where you can hang out in the water, have a drink, have a snack. So it's pretty cool. But lots of space. They also have the villas. I have not inquired about the villas. I don't think they're for our use. They are for the cruise ship guests. They can rent them. I'm not sure what the fees of those are, but they have a few of them out here. And just like these beach beds, these are all included while you're here. So if it's empty, you can come and use it. So that's kind of fun. And then at night or in the evening, when everybody's typically back from scuba diving, they open up these bars when it's nice outside. And you can come and take advantage of the bar drinks. And all the drinks have been pretty good that we've had. And this bar on the other side there, those are swings. So cool, right? Let me walk down here so you can see it. Ta-da! Bar swings. So awesome. All right, so that is the whole property here at Turquoise Bay. Now, I did not take you up to where the other guest areas are for sleeping arrangements. They have multiple buildings and multiple places, but they're pretty much the same minus what view you get. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the resort. Okay, so let's talk about food. Food is not all day. Food is only 3 times a day during certain hours. And I'll show a picture of that in here somewhere. The hours that are posted. They have snacks in between the main meal times. And there's really no other food to be found except for that when it's available. The food has been hit or miss. It is definitely better when you catch it fresh. So fresh as in it just opened up. The longer it sits, the longer the food sits, it's not great. So kind of keep that in mind. I recommend getting there as soon as the food is available for serving. There's been a variety of food to try. Some of it I like better than others. I think breakfast is a win, and I think dinner is a win. Lunch, today was good. The last 2 lunches, again, maybe if you hit it when it's fresh, it's better. So just things to think about. They do offer alcohol all day, at least from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can get your alcohol. And service for that kind of thing is slow. Even if you're sitting at the bar, it can be slow. I don't know. It's not a bad place. I probably wouldn't come back here again. Not my favorite experience. If you're looking for very relaxing, very quiet, this is it. This is very much it. Not a whole lot for activities. We've got an activity tonight at 7:30. They are doing a fire show on the beach. I do plan on attending that and checking it out and seeing what that's all about. Oh, dinner's late. So 7 to 9, and we're 2 hours behind my home time, which is Eastern Standard Time. So, oh guys, it's killing me eating at 9 o'clock my time. So be prepared for that as well. Good old island time. Okay, so let's take a moment and discuss the all-inclusive. There's been a couple of times I've been surprised because, oh, surprise, that cost extra money. Oh, surprise, you want to do that? That's extra too. So just be aware, ask questions. So an example, we are here on the dive trip. So it's the dive resort side of it that we're kind of using. They have the non-diver side, which you can do snorkeling or you can just enjoy the resort. So diving extra, nitrox is extra. They don't tell you that up front. They almost got me. I asked, like, wait, is this extra? And they're like, oh yeah, it's $130 extra for the week. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that then. Here's fine. So just make sure you ask questions. If they're asking you if you want something, ask if it's an upcharge, because otherwise you might get surprised. I haven't noticed any little extras as far as like food or alcohol goes. That has not come up. Now, when I did ask about creamer for the room, they're like, oh, yeah, we can do that. It'll cost you extra. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I was just like, no. No, do not charge me extra for a full thing of creamer to go back to my room. So we made a compromise, and the compromise was that I got to take a little bit of the creamer in a cup up to my room. So, quiet time at night. It's pretty quiet. You do hear a lot of the natural wildlife, which is to be expected. You also hear furniture movement from the other rooms. So even though I'm on the top floor, I hear the furniture movement from the rooms next to me. It's not a big deal because I sleep with earplugs and a blindfold. So, yeah. The light coming in the room, I know that I'm super sensitive. My husband's sensitive. My roommate that's with me on this trip is also sensitive. And she is also sleeping with a blindfold to help make it tolerable, because there is lots of natural light that comes through those kind of sheery curtains. So be mindful of that as well. The entry process into Honduras. Let's touch on that. So there is a entry form that you must do for immigration prior to getting to the country, and you can do it like 1 to 2 weeks in advance on the website, and you can have it translated into English for my English speaking folks. That's pretty easy to do. It's not a big deal. It's real quick. Make sure you know the address of the place you are going. Make sure you know the name of the place you are going. And the address is key. So like, this is Turquoise Bay. You cannot just put Turquoise Bay in there. They want the address. It took me a minute to Google it. I can't even remember it right now, but I'll put it in the description box below, just in case you're staying here. The global entry does not work here in Honduras. TSA PreCheck does work coming into Honduras. I've not gone out of Honduras yet, so we will follow up with that if TSA PreCheck is the thing going out. So just a few things to be made aware of. We do have the global entry now, and this is my first trip since having it, and unfortunately I was not able to try it out. But as soon as I can, I will absolutely share that information with you guys. We're really excited. We've got lots of big plans coming up here in the future. We're going to start slow traveling across the world. So excited. Our first stop is Japan. So make sure you are following along with the channel. Make sure you subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss this adventure. Some of the extra upcharge things that you can do while you are here. With diving, they have 3 options. Number 1 is you can get certified to go limefish hunting, and they include a spear. It's like $70. They also have the coral reef restoration project. I don't know how much that cost because it wasn't available this trip, and then the lionfish thing was canceled. There is a shark dive that you can do. It's $130 for one dive. Not doing that. I've dove with sharks for included in a dive, so I'm not paying extra to do a shark dive. But that is available if it's something you're interested in. A couple of other things that are upcharges that you can do is the spa. They have massages. I've been told they can do them on the beach or in your room. I'm thinking about trying that. If I try it, I will absolutely share that information with you guys. I did get the pricing and I will show that here. There's also an excursion day. For us, it's Friday, and it's $40 to go to, oh, I forget the name of the town, West End, I think it is. And they take you out and they bring you back, and I think that includes some kind of entry for something for $40. They have an add-on that you can do for an additional $15 per person, which would get you into the rum tasting and a chocolate factory tasting. I am not doing either of those things. I can do that at most any port stop on any cruise, so I'm not interested in doing those things. I think my buddy that is here, she might be doing that, and if I catch some information on that, I will share that with you as well. So this is a husband and wife couple. This was the fire show on the beach. I condensed it down just to give you a little taste. I think the whole show was like 30 minutes long. Both are very good and talented and entertaining. They had excellent music playing while they were doing their show. Note, they do not tell you this at the resort, but at the end of this, they kind of ask for tips. And none of us had any cash on us because we were told that the entertainment was being provided, and we had all just had dinner and went down to the beach, and nobody's carrying cash around because we're at the resort. But just be prepared for that. It was very awkward for all of us in the group because we felt bad. It was just a sad moment because we just felt bad because we should have been forewarned that we should bring tip money, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe they weren't supposed to ask for tips. I don't know. It was an awkward situation, but they were both very talented. If you are here and you get the chance to see it, I do highly recommend getting to see it. And this is how they ended the show. And then they came inside the little heart and was thanking us for our support. So let me show you the resort now that a cruise ship is here. So as you can see, it is not packed. So even with a cruise ship here today, there's still plenty of places to hang out, plenty of quiet spots, but now it's a little more lively, and they actually have food and drink down here on the beach today. So it's not so bad to have a cruise ship around. Okay, so here we are back at the Roatan Honduras airport. There is no TSA pre-check, so keep that in mind. Getting through immigration was super easy. We're like one of the first ones here. Now we're just kind of sitting and chilling. Closing thoughts for the trip. Would I come back to Honduras? Maybe. Would I do this trip again? No. For me, it wasn't worth it. It was very expensive for what it was. That's just my opinion. But, you know, you do you. I don't see the value in the resort for being an all-inclusive. It was lacking in a lot of ways. The dive sites were uninspiring, and the reef itself, most of the sites we dove on, there was lots of bleaching, and the water was very rough on the surface. So for me, this trip had more cons than pros. However, I like to end on a positive note. I did have a relaxing vacation, which is what I needed. I made some new friends, and that is always a win in my book. So that wraps it up. That was my whole trip. I'm working my way back to Orlando. It's gonna be a late night. I don't land until 10 p.m. So off I go, homeward bound until the next adventure. If you have comments, questions, hit me up in the comment box down below. I'll list as much information about this trip in the details box, description box, details box. Silly Mindy. And until the next time, guys, shake a tail feather.